So it's the summer sale and you're looking to buy a game to play with friends. Small problem, everybody's recommending the same 5 games. Today, I'll recommend over 30 multiplayer games that are less mentioned in hopes that you'll find at least one that you haven't thought of before. Starting off with Abiotic Factor. This is an indie survival crafting game described as Half-Life but multiplayer. It has a deep, well-designed, fully co-op world for you and 5 other friends to explore and colonize. Destroy All Humans 2 remasters a classic mischief simulator. You can play split screen or remote play. If you just want to blow something up with a buddy, this is for you. Windswept is described by many as an indie Donkey Kong Country. You and a friend traverse through a tight platformer set in a cute world. RoboQuest and Gunfire Reborn. These are both co-op roguelike shooters that are extremely well beloved on Steam. Gunfire Reborn is the older game with up to 4 players in a fantasy setting. RoboQuest is a newer game with a Robopunk setting with 2 players that can also be purchased as a VR game if that's your thing. Unfortunately, the VR mode isn't included in the original. Dark Souls Remastered and Elden Ring. These are both extremely fun co-op campaigns if you're willing to install the seamless co-op mods. They both have essentially the exact same gameplay as the originals, only you can now play them start to finish with 4 other friends, and have access to custom peer-to-peer networking for optional invasions in PvP. If you want, you can also tweak multiple difficulty settings to accommodate your friend group's particular needs. No Rest for the Wicked is kind of like an isometric Elden Ring with seamless co-op built in. Up to 4 people can explore a beautiful and deadly world with engaging Souls-like combat. Far Far West is a wacky western shooter somewhere between Deep Rock Galactic, Lethal Company, and Gunfire Reborn. It's extremely hectic and high octane, so if you want to induce some over-simulation with the homies, this is for you. Grounded is a Honey, I Shrunk the Kids simulator set in a sprawling backyard. You and 3 other friends, though smaller than ants, have to create a base out of fallen fuzz and grass clippings while investigating the secrets of backyard science. Both it and its sequel, Grounded 2, are good games. Grounded 2 is a little more feature-rich but requires more powerful hardware, and Grounded 1 is still a great game and it can run on a potato. GTFO is exactly what the name suggests. You're in an underground lab where something's gone horribly wrong. Using tight communication, you and your teammates must escape the abominations you find within. It's a really tense game for fans of the horror genre, but with friends on call, you should be able to get it done. Haste can be described as procedurally generated Sonic. Running from a cataclysm eating up the world behind you, you can quickly unlock 4-player co-op, allowing for deep conversations while dodging endless obstacles. Hold Fast, Nations at War is a Napoleonic war shooter that's fully cross-platform with PlayStation and Xbox. Another great game for conversation. There's many hours of fun to be had talking with friends while popping off a shot once every 10 seconds. Hunt Down is an excellent 2D beat-em-up that can be played fully split-screen or remote play. When you think of classic video game, something resembling Hunt Down likely comes to your mind. It's highly replayable, and I recommend it for split-screen, co-op, or single player. Isonzo is a World War I shooter set in the mountainous Italian front. While more gritty than Call of Duty, it's still fairly arcadey and can be easy to learn and drop into. It's an underrated game to play with friends, and it has bot lobbies you can join in case the regular action is too intense for you, or you just want to enjoy the grind. Its successor, Gallipoli, is set to come out this year, but no release date is set yet. It's unlikely to cost more than $50, as Isonzo was only around $40 on release. This is also fully cross-platform. N++ is a cult classic ninja platformer with robust multiplayer features. You can play the original campaigns, specialized co-op campaigns, or compete against each other in thousands of levels. It has split screen and remote play and a level editor, but unfortunately no online multiplayer. Orcs Must Die 3 is a third-person tower defense game I'm surprised more people aren't talking about. Up to 4 people must defend castles from a large variety of orcs using weapons, traps, and mechanized warfare, and magic. There's technically a successor called Orcs Must Die Forever, but the community agrees that this one is the better pick. Primal Planet is a 2-player Metroidvania centered around prehistoric survival. One person is a hunter-gatherer, and the other is his friendly neighborhood dinosaur. How cute! Ready or Not is a 5-player cross-play PTSD simulator about a California SWAT team who can't seem to catch a break. It has extremely tight and unforgiving gunplay, focused around making tough, split-second decisions before more people, including yourself, get hurt. The base game is really good, but you might as well get the deluxe edition for $10 more on sale. Road Redemption is another split-screen mayhem with the boys pick. You jockey with rival motorcycle gangs in a deadly derby of attrition to the end of the road. Unfortunately, there isn't an online multiplayer, but there is remote play together. Secret Agent Wizard Boy in the International Crime Syndicate is a doozy to say and a woozy to play. You and 3 friends can cause unparalleled chaos in a rip-off Hogwarts that's constantly getting updates. It's not the most polished experience, but boy is it entertaining. Yap Yap is like Repo and Lethal Company, but magic. You and your thieving wizard friends must speak spells into your mic to perform them, vandalizing a rival wizard's tower in the process. Sniper Elite 5. You might not know this, but the entire Sniper Elite series has co-op campaigns. 5 is probably the best place to start as it's pretty cheap on sale and quite fun, but you can also play all the predecessors. Be warned that users have complained about issues on modern hardware the further in the series you go back. Sons of the Forest. Have you ever wanted to fight cannibals and build bases in dark forested islands with 8 other people? No? Well, today you can start. Both The Forest and Sons of the Forest are excellent co-op games with solid yet not overwhelming survival mechanics and intriguing exploration. I'd recommend Sons of the Forest and simply catching up with the original's lore if you want to. Straftat is a free 2v2 arena shooter with fast movement and a lot of weapons. It probably won't be your forever game, but hey, it's free, so why not try it out? Teardown is a voxel-based heist game where everything, and I mean everything, is destructible. You can play up to 12 players in multiplayer, and there's a Steam workshop and a level editor for community maps and features. Highly recommend. Last but not least, Battlefront 2. Everyone knows about it, but somehow people never mention it when people bring up great games to play with friends. Up to 20 friends can fill a whole server in large modes like Galactic Assault, Supremacy, and Ewok Hunt, and 4-player groups can have access to more game modes like Heroes vs. Villains and Co-op. There's a massive modding scene if that's your thing, but out of the box, unfortunately there's no server browser or option to go against your friends. Make Battlefront 3! Comment below your favorite multiplayer or co-op game for PC. And remember that if you comment and subscribe before July 15th, you have a chance to win Resident Evil Requiem on Steam.